The tale of two familiar faces, one delivering the news and one about to make news again.
In the ensuing days, I just thought, like everyone, I think, I'd like to do something.
Dan Rather and Paul McCartney, using the tools they know best to get us back on our feet. Dan will use words, Paul will use music. The tale of a couple of people you know, and the whole world is watching.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Access Hollywood. I'm Sean Robinson in for Nancy O'Dell. Now, this weekend, rock and roll legends come together for unprecedented musical tributes. New York City, of course, is a big part of that, and that's where Pat O'Brien is. Hi, Pat.
All right, Sean, well, here we are inside Madison Square Garden, where tomorrow night, here and on VH1, one of the biggest concerts ever, the Concert for New York City. And one of the headliners in this concert is a man by the name of McCartney. And earlier today, I sat down with Paul to talk about the big night. Of course, the inevitable conversation that arose was this would be a perfect time for the remaining Beatles to get back together.
In my case, I'd be sitting there, standing there playing, and I would look over to my left, and there'd be a guy missing. And I don't want to do that. And we all feel that way, that it's just, you can't do it. I mean, the Beatles don't exist anymore. John's missing, So for that reason alone, I wouldn't do it. I don't think any of us want to do it.
The speculation that Paul would be joined by George Harrison and Ringo Starr started almost the second the benefit was announced. But as he told me this morning, without the late John Lennon, a reunion was never even a possibility. But the music legend will have plenty of heavyweight company. Mick Jagger, Elton John, and Billy Joel, to name a few. Wearing an American flag pin, he told me it was something he just had to do. In fact, at the time of the attack, he was in New York City on a commercial jet on the runway at JFK Airport.
Pilot said there's been a terrible accident in New York, and those of you on the right-hand side of the airplane will be able to see it. So I looked out. I was on the right-hand side. I could see one of the towers, and a huge plume of smoke just going off to the left. I thought, it looks like industrial pollution or something. I couldn't work it out. So we actually kind of saw it live, as it were,
Did it scare you? Or did you process it?
Immediately someone said, no, there's a second one going into the other tower. That was, And then when the Pentagon hijacking thing, where the explosion there was mentioned, that really got scary. It was like an invasion of America. What is this? This was like worse than Pearl Harbor.
Paul, whose late wife, Linda McCartney, was born in New York and whose father was a volunteer firefighter, remained in the city for a week, stunned by the rescue workers' heroism.
In the ensuing days, I just thought, like everyone, I think, I'd like to do something. But I thought, well, I can do music. I can maybe help with the morale side of things,
Did you ever imagine this concert would become this big?
It's good. It's a good thing. I think we need to see that. We need to be part of it, and it allows us, selfishly, to put our feelings somewhere. It just occurred to me, listening to President Bush and Mayor Giuliani speak, that they were talking about freedom. They were talking about this thing, in America. It's what you got here. I think it's such a valuable thing that it's got to be fought for,
Obviously, with all the headliners here, with all the people inside Madison Square Garden in New York City, one of the biggest concerns will be security. And get used to it now. Badge after badge after badge after credential will be asked for tonight. And you know what? Nobody's complaining.
For this event, the security has been heightened even further. And for all those folks who are coming to the concert, I'd like to let them know, one, come early, and two, don't bring anything with you.
The men behind the music discuss security. John Sykes of VH1, Jim Dolan of Cablevision and Madison Square Garden, and Kevin Conroy of America Online. All three, along with Miramax, are sponsoring tomorrow night's Concert for New York City. More than 13,000 fans will pack Madison Square Garden for one special night.
The really special thing that's going to happen here Saturday night is there's going to be magic down there, because that is 5,000 of our rescue workers, of our heroes that those artists are going to be playing to, and they're going to be right up front at the front of the stage.
Airing live on VH1, Saturday night's fest will feature, along with McCartney, Destiny's Child, the Backstreet Boys, Elton John, Eric Clapton, David Bowie, and The Who, with proceeds going to the Robin Hood Foundation, which benefits The Relief Fund. I mean, you got the biggest stars in the world here. What's that been like?
Every artist has been amazingly cooperative. We haven't had anyone turn us down.
What can we expect from AOL?
Well, we've created a keyword, concert for New York City, to bring attention to the event and to give people an opportunity to get information. We're also going to be webcasting the event, both on the AOL service around the world and on the World Wide